Your trio is very famous for is its balance, very sort of intricate cross rhythms. Does this take very much work? And how conscious are you of working to this end?
Well, not so conscious. It's more the musicians involved than anything, and that I think we have sort of a common desire. I think what we look for is freedom with responsibility. In other words, there's no requirement to do anything at a certain time, but we like to feel that we're responsible to the total performance. And of course it requires exceptional musicians and the accompanying and solo capacity that the sidemen play. They're not sidemen really, we're just a trio.
How long have you been playing with the same people always? Does it? Of course, this requires very close cooperation for a long period of time.
Yeah. Well, to give you an idea, the trio has never rehearsed. In the history of the trio, we've never rehearsed. I think we probably could accomplish some things through rehearsal, but all of the things we play have grown out of performance. And what was the beginning of the question?
Does it take very long to form this sort of relationship?
Yeah, well, not really, because when the guys joined the group, I sort of could feel in a minute whether or not they're going to fall in. And although Eddie claimed that he was going through a lot of strain when we opened in the London House Cold in Chicago, it sounded to me like it was like water, out of a faucet or something. It came out so easily. But then beyond that, I think it's a sort of a natural development through common desire, just to make it more musical all the time as much as we can.
You do project an image of an intellectual jazz musician. How far does the intellect go?
Only as far as being a student, really. That's as far as it can go, because intellectually you couldn't manipulate yourself fast enough intellectually to play. I mean, jazz is a certain process that's not an intellectual process. You use your intellect to take apart the materials and learn to understand them and learn to work with them. But actually it takes years and years and years of playing to develop the facility so that you can forget all of that and just relax and just play.
It is all, when you're playing, you are very economic. You're like Hemingway in a story.
Well,
does this pruning down mean an intellectual process, or does it come by playing and playing?
I think it's a matter of taste and just what you want to hear as as a performer, because you play for yourself first, of course. You're the primary audience for yourself, and I just don't like to hear superfluous things, and I hope there aren't too many elements that are superfluous in what I do, but I don't like obvious embroidery. So that's the reason, I think. And I do like to state things as clearly as I can, as concisely as I can. I don't like to make people work hard to understand what I'm doing, or myself either. If you can say it easy, why make it hard? That's the way I
When you start playing, to what extent do you know exactly what is going to happen? Or do you have any idea?
Only that we've agreed on a basic structural plan harmonically in most of the things that we do. Other than that, certain things have fallen into place, as you could hear. They almost become arrangements. But sometimes we'll destroy some of those things just to try to keep fresh. And then, of course, after the theme is stated, we don't know at all, except that we know about the idiom we're going to be playing in, but we don't know the ideas or how they'll follow each other or how we'll be interplaying or anything like that.
What is your challenge in the new composition?
It's sort of a feeling, I think, a melodic feeling, or just to say a certain kind of a thing, to try to maybe show somebody something through music, even show myself something, because as I've discovered in myself, it's been a revelation, to maybe reveal something to someone else through the music, something that's good and something that they feel that maybe enriches their life a little bit or makes them feel better as a person or something like that. That would be the main guiding force, I think.
Who's your favorite among the classical composers?
I guess if I had to pick one, it would be Bach. All the classical composers, Beethoven, Bach, Haydn. I love Haydn, incidentally, very much too, Mozart. And Debussy, Ravel, Bartok, you know.
And your opinion about this avant-garde jazz?
I think it's there's a very healthy thing going on. I don't think it's gotten organized enough yet, maybe. Though the only thing that I think is a danger about allowing yourself all of this freedom is that you could sometimes indulge yourself and express feelings that are too personal, I mean too everyday personal feelings that might not relate to another person. And I think that you have to be very careful to have an aesthetic guiding force if you allow yourself this kind of a freedom, and also be very selective about the feelings that you want to express, because otherwise you could get as subjective as an infant that's crying in his crib, and no one can deny that this infant is expressing himself, but no one would call it art.
I was very lucky that you were not playing with the Stardust, you know.
Yeah, right.